When I was 15, I went to the DMV to take my TEMS test. And once I passed it the second time, not the first time, I had to sign a bunch of paperwork at the registrar to say that I was there, that I took the test, that I was going to agree to follow Ohio traffic laws. And he handed me a sheet of paper that said, would you like to be an Ohio organ donor? I checked yes on the box. I signed it, and my parents signed it. Now, if I die, my organs are going to go to those who need them. Hi, my name is Jarek Shernitt, and I, along with my partner, Brittany Supanzik, created a presentation on whether or not organ donation should be mandatory in our society. This is for Bio 141, the lab section. Brittany has since graduated, so I have no way to bring her back here to do her parts of this presentation. So I'm going to do my best to convey her information as well. To talk about organ donation, we need a definition of what it is. Organ donation is taking a healthy organ from person A and transplanting it into person B, whose organ is not sufficiently healthy. The first organ donation was in 1869, and though the process of organ donation is really lengthy, it takes a lot of testing, a lot of money, we'll get into that a little later, you're giving somebody the gift of life or the gift of improved life. So who can donate? There isn't an age limit. If you're under 18, your parent or guardian has to co-sign and say that you're allowed to do it, like my parents did when I turned 15. Newborns or senior citizens can still donate. A newborn can't give their heart or a kidney to a fully grown person because it simply wouldn't fit, it wouldn't do the job, and vice versa. A fully grown person can't give their kidneys, a part of their liver, to newborns because it won't fit. Even if you have a medical condition, you might still be able to donate, depending on the medical condition. If you have heart disease, you can't give your heart to somebody when you die. If you have kidney disease, you can't give your kidneys. So it really just depends on what the problem is. There's a lot of different ways to sign up. Like I said in the beginning, when I turned 15, I signed up at the DMV. You can also mail in an organ donation card, just signing and saying that you want to do it, and you'll get a form back and your card back saying that you're now certified or licensed by Ohio to do it. And you can also put it in your last will. If you include it in your last will, then you're an organ donor. So what can be donated? Internal organs, kidneys, your heart, liver, pancreas, your intestine, lungs, all those can be donated to science or to those who need them. Your cornea in your eyes, your skin can be donated, and bones and bone marrow. We've got a quick little video here about pros of organ donation, specifically heart.
So happy. I've been waiting so long. I know. So happy. I can breathe again and talk.
You feel good? You feel good?
I feel amazing.
Amazing?
It's amazing. I've never felt so good.
My name is Carla, and we've been waiting for a heart for 2,500 days.
My name's Francisco, and I've been waiting for a heart for 18 months.
Hemos estado esperando un corazón por 1 año y medio.
My name is Gavin, and I've been waiting for a heart for 7 years.
I've been waiting 123 days for a heart transplant.
736 days for a heart.
I've been waiting for a heart for 500 days.
So as you can see by that video, a lot of people wait a very long time for a chance to get off the organ donor waiting list and actually receive an organ that'll help them improve their quality of life. Some statistics to back up some of this information. 20 people each day die from waiting to receive a transplant. These are people like those in the video who've been waiting 700 days, 5 years, 3 years, just a long time. And every 10 minutes, another person is added to that waiting list. And despite 95% of adults supporting organ donation, only 54% of adults in the United States are actually registered donors. So why should organ donation be mandatory? This would mean passing a law that means the government mandates organ donation, and they have control over where your organs go and your body goes when you pass. One organ donator can save 8 lives. Families might be comforted knowing that their deceased loved ones won't have died in vain, that they might have had an effect on somebody else after they passed. Some unnecessary protocols like donor registration would be eliminated. It would just be automatic. As soon as you're born, you're registered. There would be less of a shortage of organs, and there would be less of a shortage of organs so that more people would be able to have transplants and have better quality of life. We've also got some cons for this, primarily just the whole ethics of requiring something like this. People have to be extensively tested before they're allowed to donate. That's psychologically, they have to get physical tests done, blood pressure, all those different kinds of things that happen when you go to the doctor for a normal checkup. They have to do that and more before you can donate. Bodily autonomy, that's basically just, you have control over what happens to your body. Why should the government have a say in what's going to happen after you die? It's still your body. And it's contradictory to the do no harm rule. The Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy discusses this in depth. Doctors, when they take the Hippocratic Oath, swear to do no harm to their patients. How is taking your organs not harming you? And let's say that your father or your mother suddenly needs an organ. Now, statistically, you're a better match than just some random person out there. Let's say you are a match. Your family is going to be pressuring you into doing this. And what if you don't want to? Bodily autonomy, I mean, it's your body. Why should you feel like you have to do that? Your family might ostracize you, and they might be pressuring you to do something you don't want to do. Talking a little bit about how the quality of life after an organ donation, it does improve. You do have an improved lifespan, but that's depending on the organ that is donated to you. Bentley, along with his crew of researchers, put together a paper discussing the different survival rates for different organ donations. And he found that for organs like the heart that are absolutely vital to survival, your lifespan is prolonged, but not necessarily prolonged as long as if you just had a kidney donated to you, because the heart is essential. You have 2 kidneys, only 1 heart. And at what cost? You have to go through continuous treatment and checkups for the rest of your life, just regular doctor checkups and things like that. You have to be on the immunosuppressants for the rest of your life. Immunosuppressants suppress your immune system so that it doesn't fight back against the foreign organ in your body, so that your body basically doesn't kill itself. This all costs lots of money. And when you're actually going through the procedure, you're going to miss a lot of time at work. Sigland and his crew of researchers wrote a paper in 2009 where they researched exactly how much money you lose when you go in to provide an organ, or if you're getting one donated to you. And that's just cost of everything, from cost of parking at the hospital to staying in the hospital overnight to things like the treatment and checkups. So it needs to be improved before we can even consider doing something like this. There's still a lot to improve. More research is being put into artificial growth every day. They're basically meaning that they're growing artificial organs in a lab so that less live and or deceased donors are going to be required. Something else that might need to be done is changing consent forms to meet medical criteria. The same criteria that must be met for other treatments. Whenever you go in to sign an organ donor sheet, you don't have to be tested to sign that sheet. You can just sign it at any time. And reimbursement. Why should you have to incur expenses just because right after you're offering a generous donation to somebody else? And here are our references. These are for the pictures and the scholarship.